My name's Karen Elliott, and I'll be your MC today.
On your table is an envelope. Please feel free now, for those that haven't, open it and pull out what's inside. The executive team and the leadership team have talked about what is in our hearts. How do we want to work together? And we've come up with the 3 guiding principles. Supporting our people, critical, absolutely critical. Focus on excellence. Everybody wants to be great in what they do. We want to be deemed as excellence. And then, of course, working together. We cannot do it on our own. So the business plan, you'll see that we have a 5-year vision. And when we flip on the back, there's a little story there to say that's what we want to be able to achieve. We will be reporting on the progress of this business plan across the next 3 years on these posters. So this document is not just about us sharing with you and giving you a summary of what we're trying to achieve. Take it home, show your kids, show your significant other, because that's what raises the profile of the brilliant job you all do.
Our team is very excited to begin a phased rollout of the safety management system to you in Q4 of this year. We're going to continue working with your departments to ensure that we can create a great SMS and also merge in the SSPPM. As well as that, we're going to be developing 3-year work plans for the emergency and environment management systems, and this will ensure that we have guiding framework to support and manage our environment as well as our emergencies.
But we want to start with the supervisors. We're going to do some surveys, some needs analysis. We're going to determine what you have, what you don't have, what you want to have, put together some core training that we will deliver over the next couple of years. The idea being, once we've identified what it is you want, we'll put together a package and we'll budget it next year. We'll start training next year with the goal to have it completed by 2 years. All of our supervisors all have the same level of training.
State of good repair.
18 light rail capacity and 18 of a heavy rail capacity, and we all share our information, our data, our performance with a view to benchmarking and establishing where we sit compared to other properties.
So we have a planning window. A lot of people spend an awful lot of time trying to verify and implement our occupancies every night. It's not the best plan in the world if we're doing that, but it's worked for years. I thank you for that. What we have to do is start extending that window so we can look at 2 weeks, 4 weeks. That's a big ask, but I'd be happy if we can move from 2 weeks to 4 weeks and maybe have a 6 or an 8 week outlook in a couple of years' time. It will take time. State of good repair will take time. Change takes time. What I need you all is to come with me on the journey.
Mobilising the Mayor's vision. And because of the Mayor's vision and the money that came from the federal government, which is referred to as Public Infrastructure Funding, so PTIF, that money had come in and it allowed us to move things around, reprioritise, and that's why we're buying more Mark III cars. We will get some trains, we will park them on the live rail, not why trains are going, and we will be agile and dynamic in doing that so that we can then buy the time to build the OMC3 and get a really great facility. But this is all about the Mayor's vision. It's about making sure we support where they want to go, because we are a provider of service, and they will continue to fund us. They will continue to have faith in us. So together, every one of us can strive for excellence.
This year, we're going to do condition assessments of the 6 locomotives that we have, but initially we're just focusing on the locomotive refurbishment for West Coast.
Chris, stand up. Brian, please. My customers. Darren's delivering the Mark IIIs for us. Chris is looking after West Coast Express, and Brian's responsible for Canada Line. So Darren's bringing 56 more Mark IIIs online over the next year. The first one's due on the 3rd of August, the next one's the 3rd of September, the following one's the 3rd of October. Chris is looking after the technical specification for West Coast for us. And we're also buying 24 Canada Line trains that Brian will be responsible for integrating with Micah and our team in delivery.
A customer experience and public support.
My job here is to explain a little bit more about what customer experience is. And it really is the end-to-end journey of that the customer takes and all the experiences they have along the way. So the first thing we're going to do this year is to do some customer research. You know, the very first thing we need to do is talk to our customers, get some focus groups done, do some quantitative research to find out what do they want, what do they need, what do they expect from us. And with that research, we are going to implement some standards. And what does that look like? Well, one that we're starting on right now is cleanliness standards. So we're working very close with Jeff and his team to look at the cleaning contract, looking at station announcements and saying, are these the right announcements? Let's do an audit of all of our train announcements and see if they're the right ones. Do we need to add more to it?
One of the things we're starting on now is we're really starting with the basics. We're starting to look at what are the training needs throughout the organization for all the various positions. You'll also see that we've recently posted a manager of rail training academy, and that position is newly created. It's a temporary position, and they're coming in and help build the foundation in training, to rebuild some of the policies and processes in training to support the business, while Rob and his team can keep delivering training to everybody. So in 2017, TransLink launched its Lean Academy, and last year they trained over 330 people in the enterprise. 25% of those people were from BCRTC and West Coast Express alone. So what is Lean? Lean is about continuous improvement and respect for people. It's very much in line with the three guiding principles that you'll see on the front page of your brochure there. There's lots of opportunities with Lean at BCRTC, and Taiichi Ono, one of the founding fathers of Lean, he said progress cannot be generated if we're satisfied by existing situations. And I challenge everyone in this room to continue to find those ways to make how we do things better for ourselves, for our staff, and for our customers.
So some of the initiatives that we're working on are the toolbox talks that we've been going around to your various departments and distributing them. We'll be working with Sajida to develop a baseline for our culture survey so that we can start measuring our culture survey as it improves, because it will improve, because we will work together. Defining the roles and responsibilities so everyone is clear what their roles and responsibilities are in regards to safety within our company. Building those relationships, so we want to make sure that you feel comfortable coming to our department when you have questions or concerns, and ensuring that you have the tools to work safely.
One of the things we really wanted to focus on is a very simple, bold message. We know that we need to make safety first and foremost in people's mind, so we're creating a stamp, and it's just called Safety First. And the idea is just to keep that idea in people's minds wherever you go. Our campaign is really very, very direct. Safety first. Let's make transit safe for our customers and us.
And there's going to be large billboards going up, OMC 1, OMC 2, and this is to make sure that it's always there. When we look up, when we have people visiting, they see what our priorities are, and that's safety first.
That to me is the simplest, most obvious statement for anyone, and especially for someone that runs a public transit system. It's the essence of what we want to get the organisation connected to, believe in, strive for.
Our new look. What we decided to do is de-emphasize the BCRTC logo and emphasize the SkyTrain by integrating them together. SkyTrain delivered by BC Rapid Transit Company. What do you guys think? Looks good? Awesome, that's what I want to hear. And we're going to be introducing new templates for each of our departments. So we have some logos here for operations, maintenance, health and wellness, labor relations, customer experience and performance reporting, and safety.
But the phrase that I use is that we are going to go from good to great. You've achieved so much over so many years. I'm very proud to say, well, for the last 2 years, I hope I've contributed a little to that. But there's a foundation here that, it is a good organisation. It has solid bones. It has a lot to build on. But I've never been satisfied with just good. I want to take us to great. And we can only do that together. So let's continue to build on our success. Let's celebrate. This is really the message that we want you to take away. On track together, going from good to great. I think it really highlights the togetherness that we talked about, and the tracks take us forward, and as we said, from good to great. So thank you to everyone on the team, all the people that have contributed through the focus groups and the advice that you've given us, and the ultimate outcome, we get to move Vancouver and change the way that this city works.